Good morning. Welcome to a somber episode of the Cohn Phone presented by Prize Picks. I'm Grant Cohn. No intro music today. This is a tribute to the late Aldon Smith, who passed away about 24 hours ago. News broke in the afternoon. I put up a video, I'm sure you guys all know. So today I'd like to take calls and let you guys remember Aldon Smith, talk about your favorite Aldon Smith memories. He was such a special player for a time. And, when I first started covering my first season covering the Niners was Aldon Smith's first season on the team. And that was the year they went to the NFC Championship game. It was such an shocking turnaround. They were good immediately. And Jim Harbaugh gets a lot of credit for that. Vic Fangio gets a lot of credit for that. But Aldon Smith was as responsible as either of those guys. Aldon Smith, as a rookie, was arguably the best player on the team, probably the best player on the defense. Maybe Justin Smith was better than, but by 2012, he was maybe the best player in football. And then his life was tragic in so many ways. So I'm going to take calls. I'm going to start in about 15 minutes. First, I want to go over the new details of Aldon Smith's death. This came out in the San Francisco Chronicle just a few hours ago. They got an exclusive interview with Amir Shirazi, who is Aldon Smith's friend and the man who was with Aldon Smith the final day of his life and who found his body in his car. He was in Amir Shirazi's car. So here's what we know now about Aldon Smith's death. Recently, he was living in Texas. He did a interview. I posted it on my Twitter account on YouTube where he was getting his hair cut. And the guy was just asking him where he's at in his life. And he said, he's pretty much out of money. He's been working door to door at a roofing company in Texas, knocking on people's doors, trying to get them to buy roofing in the middle of the day. That's what he's been doing. Living at an extended stay hotel. And then recently he came out to California. Don't know where he was staying. Apparently he came to the 49ers and spoke to the rookies after rookie minicamp or after OTAs. This was like last week. So he was here. I don't know where he was staying. Maybe he was staying with Amir Shirazi, the guy who was interviewed for this. I don't know. So I guess we'll find that out eventually. But according to Amir Shirazi, he picked up Aldon Smith yesterday morning around 10 with 10 Little Caesars pizzas to deliver them to a man named Scott Wagers, who is the co-founder of CHAM Deliverance Ministry, a local charity that feeds the homeless. So according to Shirazi, he scoops up Aldon Smith with these pizzas and brings them to Wagers, who was not expecting Aldon Smith. Maybe he was expecting Shirazi. He was completely blown away to see Aldon Smith. And according to Wagers, who I guess was interviewed for this story as well, he felt Aldon Smith looked tired. And he asked Aldon Smith twice, "Are you okay?" So according to Wagers, he was concerned about Aldon Smith. And I don't know what Aldon Smith said. They took a picture together. It's in the Chronicle article. Then Shirazi and Smith leave. And they drive to the grocery store. They drive to the gas station, according to Shirazi. They go back to Shirazi's house in Los Gatos. And this is at noon. And Shirazi runs inside, according to him, real quick, to turn on the lights in his house. He made a special trip home to turn on the lights at noon. That's what he said. Then he came back outside and Aldon Smith was dead. According to Shirazi, he was basically dead. Not sure what basically dead means. According to Shirazi, he calls 911 and summons Anthony Dixon. That's the wording in the article. Summons Anthony Dixon. Anthony Dixon was on the Niners. He was the third string running back. I don't know what summons means. Did they call Anthony Dixon? Was he already there? Does he live next door? Like, how does that happen? How is Anthony Dixon is performing CPR on Aldon Smith's lifeless body? Okay. And then the ambulance comes and they take him to Good Samaritan Hospital and he's pronounced dead on arrival. And Amir Shirazi tells the Chronicle that Aldon Smith seemed perfectly fine all morning. Perfectly fine. And guesses that he died of natural causes. maybe a heart attack, maybe. But wagers didn't think he looked perfectly fine. Another person who saw Aldon Smith on the final day of his life thought he looked tired and asked him if he was okay. Shirazi thought he looked perfectly fine. I don't know. Lot of questions left. Uh, Amazing that the Chronicle got this story and got that version of events. But we still got to wait for the toxicology report, and that's going to take weeks, could take months. Is it possible that Aldon Smith died of a random massive heart attack at 36 years old? Yeah, it is. But is it possible there's more to the story? I guess we'll find out when the toxicology report comes out. But yeah, that was just, I mean, Anthony Dixon is there turning on lights. One guy thinks he looks okay, the other one doesn't. Strange. Super strange, very sad. I it just seems like, it's it's too bad that there isn't more of like a mechanism in place in the NFL to take care of people like Aldon Smith, man. His pension wasn't going to kick in until he was 55. He had to wait 19 years to get his NFL pension. I mean, yeah, he should have managed his money better, but like, don't I mean, doesn't the NFL don't these teams want to avoid these things from happening? Like, is Amir Shirazi the guy who like houses ex-Niners who are down on their luck? Is that what that's about? I don't know. It just feels like if there's I don't know. There's got to be a way the NFL can prevent or can take care of players who are clearly struggling and retired because they care and they have a ton of money. I'm just saying. And I know maybe people were upset with me last night when I made my video saying like this wasn't really shocking and it feels like this has been building for a long time. I think that's kind of what's upsetting about this, at least to me, is like, hey man, there were so many cries for help. There were so many cries for help. And he died at 36. Maybe there was nothing we could have done, but it feels like there wasn't enough of an effort. I don't know. So if I came across as insensitive yesterday, I apologize. I was actually deeply upset. In a way, I felt like we all were culpable. Like we all saw this. We all knew he was not okay. We're all rooting for him. Hey man, he came back to the Niners. He's looking okay. Is he okay? Where's he living? Who's looking after this guy? Mm. Was anyone? Okay, so that's what we know about Aldon Smith. I think we're gonna find out more. Then I gotta like do a, let's change gears real quick. This is gonna be an Aldon Smith show, but Brandon Ayuk just posted another video on Instagram like 20 minutes ago, and it's he's not talking anymore. I think we can interpret why. This is just interpretive dance. Okay, so he's dancing. I'm gonna show it. I'm not gonna put the music on the screen because of copyright stuff, but I'm just gonna show you him dancing to no music because I think having the music doesn't necessarily help understand. So let's just watch Brandon Ayuk dance. Wait, there it is. Okay, Brandon Ayuk. Not reading the room. Here he is. Can you see? There he is. Okay. It's kind of like a penguin dance. Little herky jerky. Kind of like those inflatable guys on the side of the road. Oh, 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 okay. Turn into, oh, he's wearing a robe. He's not wearing a lot of clothes. This kind of feels NC-17. Now he's really getting after it. He likes this part of the song a lot. Swinging his arms around. He seems like he's in a good mood. This is the most excited I've seen Brandon Ayuk in a long. He knows all the words to the song. He wants you to know that he knows the words. That's a cool face there. I don't know, man. That seems like a happy-go-lucky kind of a guy. Look at that. He's doing the penguin dance. You got to like a guy doing the penguin dance. I don't know. So let me interpret Brandon Ayuk. He was going scorched earth with the Niners for a while. He was going, couple days. I'm gonna call you names. I'm gonna air out the whole situation publicly. Then he took him down. Why do you think he took him down? You think he just woke up one morning and was like, you know what? That was unprofessional. You think he and his agent talked to the Niners? Do you think there's some kind of a negotiation? Like, look, dude, if you want the Niners to release you, you got to do like 3 things. One of them is take these down. You can't do this. So maybe Ayuk feels like actually those videos worked and he's closer to a resolution. And now this is him sort of gloating prematurely that it's almost over. It's like the last one, he posted pictures where he was in DC, apparently, like he's going to the Commanders, and now he's doing the penguin dance, which is, the happy dance, the victory dance. It looked like I look like a victory dance to me. So maybe this is his way of saying he won or he got what he wanted. He's going to be free soon. It doesn't look like a guy who's in captivity anymore. The ones last week look like a guy who was like, come get me. I'm stuck in his backyard. I'm stuck on the Niners. I'm livid. Now he looks like he got some good news. So I don't know. I just feel like it would be good news for him and the Niners for this to end. And I know a lot of people are rooting for this to go on because I think sometimes people over empathize with billionaires. Like, you want Jed York to get his money back? Dog, you understand how much money he's worth? You understand how inconsequential $50 million is to Jed York? But it's like, oh, okay, well, Brandon stole from Jed, so we want to get that money back. Whatever, man. That's business. As a football player, like, how much do you really care about business if it doesn't affect the salary cap? How much do you really care about the owner's bottom line when he owns he's like the wealthiest team he owns? One of them. Don't you just want everything to be about football? And again, this standoff doesn't help the Niners from a football sense. It could help them from a financial sense, but football's supposed to take precedent. So just end this. You already decided he's not worth it. So if he's head case with a messed up knee, who cares if Washington has all offseason to work with him? They're just going to find out what you already know, right? That he's erratic. Anyway, he's dancing. He was doing the penguin dance. I listened to the music. It didn't make it any. I'm so tired of auto-tune in 2026. Does that make me sound like a boomer? Yo, I put on a new rap song and the guy's mumbling over auto-tune. Man, dude, Future came out 15 years ago. Why are you trying to sound like Future, man? Come on. I don't understand that. Can you just spit it clear like Mac Dre used to do? Rest in peace. Okay, that's enough. That's enough, Brandon Ayuk. We're going to talk Aldon Smith today, and this is a serious show. We have a bunch of people waiting to talk. So if you want to talk about your favorite Aldon Smith memory or the details of the case so far or whatever, you want to talk about Brandon Ayuk, talk about whatever the hell you want. I got PJ, Tyler, Dave, Barclay, Jeremy Price, BLB. That's the queue right now. I'm going to bring you on in order of calling in. So PJ, you were first.
Hey, Grant, how are you?
Okay, how are you?
Hanging in there. I was on the call last week, but my camera was acting, so I had to get off of it. I'm glad I was able to catch it this week. Thanks so much for having a show for this moment, because this was shocking when I heard this yesterday. I think you were the first person I heard that broke the news, so it was very unfortunate what happened. For me, with Aldon Smith, he was like my favorite player on that roster when he was playing back then. He was like I actually have his jersey. He was my favorite player. He was such a disruptive force on the D line, even when double teamed. He would still be able to get home. I love watching him play. He was awesome. That was back when they were really good in the trenches back then. But yeah, I think it wasn't his rookie year or his second year, because you may have the years in front of you, where he broke the single season record at one point with sacks, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he broke the record for most sacks to start a career, and yeah, he had 19 and a half sacks his second
Yeah,
year.
that's what
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah, that was probably my
It
favorite.
might have been the franchise record.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite memory for him, and I was so happy when he did it. But yeah, I'm really
Real
upset.
quick. Like a lot of people, like that game against the Bears was Colin Kaepernick's first game, and he was great, and he took the starting job. So a lot of people remember that game as the Colin Kaepernick game.
Yeah.
But I think Aldon had like 5 sacks that game.
Yes.
He was
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was a
Yeah.
really fond memory I have for him. It was unfortunate when he left the Niners and he started getting in trouble and stuff like that. It was unfortunate to see that happen. But when he was there, he was such a force. I mean, I remember they used to call the Smith Bros with him and Justin Smith, but Aldon Smith to me was the main show. Like, he was the reason why the defense was as good as it was. So that's something I'm always gonna
Yeah,
remember
like they
about
had
him.
Justin Smith and Patrick Willis for a long time, and that team wasn't that good. All of a sudden, they put Aldon Smith on that team, and it was like, oh, NFC
Yes.
Championship back to back, 3 years in a row. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's
Yep.
like, even though he wasn't with the team as long, I think that his presence was so monumental that I don't think if you really know the Niners, you're not going to forget Aldon Smith, even though he wasn't there a long period of time. He was so good, and Vic Fangio obviously has something to do with it because Vic Fangio is one of the best defensive coaches in football, even to this day. But yeah, it's really sad what happened to him. So I appreciate you having a call just so we can like share our moments with him because he was such a great player. He really was.
Yeah. Thanks so much,
Great
PJ.
player.
Thanks for calling,
No
man.
problem, man.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
You too. You know, his story's so sad, and now that you know how that he died young, go back and look at his life, it's even sadder because, like, all those moments where he hit rock bottom, I mean, you keep trying to tell yourself, like, "Okay, but, like, he learned from it, and he came out of it, and he'll be wiser, and he'll be better for it." But no, he died at 36, and then there was that time in 2013 when he, was, like, asleep under the car, and he hit the tree, and he played in a game a few days later, like, that wasn't helpful. That wasn't good for him. I'm not saying, like, I think that people did care. I think the Niners staged, like, interventions for him, but there were so many steps along the way where it's like, "Oh, that wasn't the right one." Letting him play against the Colts in that game just a few days after, yeah, getting arrested. Okay. Tyler, and then Dave, and then Jeremy, and then BLB, and then Ash, and then Weston, and then DJ. Tyler, you're up.
Hey Grant, how you been?
I'm okay, man. How are you?
I'm great. I saw your post on
Ooh,
Twitter, and I
ooh, you're in a bad. Your connection is breaking out. Why don't you leave and come back in? I'll jump you into the front of the line. Sorry about that, Tyler. Dave, you're up.
What's up, Grant?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm living the dream. Besides, I mean, everything else that's going on.
Good to see the inside of that trailer. It's been a while.
Yeah, you've been here before.
I have.
Um, yeah, I mean, Aldon Smith, what, 19 and a half sacks his second year? What is it? 14 his first, 33 and a half the first 2 years. I mean, it was a record at the time. I remember watching all that. I remember when he got drafted. I mean, the guy was a beast. I didn't know that guys that big could move that fast. So it was pretty incredible. That
The
Bears game you were
longest
talking
arms I've
about.
ever seen. He was the longest arms I've ever seen. He would win so quickly when he won. Like, Nick Bosa's relentless, kind of like the way Justin Smith was. Whereas, like, if the quarterback holds the ball for 3 seconds, he's in trouble. But Alden would have these sacks where it's like, man, was there an offensive lineman there? What happened? He
Well,
never
that's the
touched him.
thing. He would blow these offensive linemen right back into the quarterback, and then his long arms would just reach out and grab the guy. He had 5.5 sacks in that game against the Bears.
That's right.
And
That's right.
it's just amazing watching that game. I watched it last night. They had the highlights, after obviously it was announced that he died. And it was just every single time he's just blowing guys up that are 100 pounds heavier than him.
And my
Just blows
favorite
me
my
away.
favorite, highlight of his was, I think it was in that game where one of the sacks, he just runs immediately to the bench and sits down and takes his helmet off. It was, like, the funniest. He had a sense of humor. He was
Yeah.
really, like, whimsical and funny, especially on the field. Like, "I don't wanna party too much. Let me just be a respectful rookie." Like, yeah, sure.
That's what was really bothersome is like, on the Niners, he seemed like a totally different person. At least the first, well, I mean, he only played for us for 4 years. The first 3 years, he just seemed like this really happy-go-lucky guy. So it's kind of really sad to see, what happened later in life. I don't know. I mean, it was a record at the time. The guy, I mean, I think it would have been hands down if he would have kept playing that. He would have been a gold jacket winner. And I don't know. It's just sad. 36 years old. I mean, you were talking about a heart attack. My mom died at 39. Massive heart attack, died before she hit the ground. But I mean, you've seen how I'm built. She was built just like me and didn't really have any health issues. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but he had a lot of other underlying issues, it seemed like.
I don't know. I've been watching a lot of David Lynch movies. I watched Twin Peaks again. I don't know if you've seen Twin Peaks, but it's about the death of this, girl in high school in a small town, and how everyone in the town kind of feels culpable for her death, even though only one person did it. Everyone sort of feels guilty because they all kind of knew something was wrong with her. And that's kind of how I feel about this. Like, we all knew something was going on with Aldon Smith, and this was sort of our village, the 49ers, empire, and it was
Right.
happening in front. We don't know how he died, but it was such a tragedy, and the tragedy didn't start yesterday. It ended yesterday.
Right.
And I don't know, I
Right.
think all of us kind of feel like, oh, it complicates the feelings. because
I think
it's not necessarily just a shock.
Well, I mean, it's also not necessarily just Aldon, is it? I mean, like you were saying, there should be something in the NFL to help players like this. And it seems like up until your little penguin video, seems like Brandon Ayuk's been in the same situation.
Yeah,
So,
that's where my mind
you
went
know,
yesterday. Like, hey, like we're kind of trolling Brandon, but like this stuff is hella serious. And like
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you
And
just don't know what's going on with players. And we've seen with Rondale Moore, we've seen with Aldon Smith. Stuff is serious.
yeah, absolutely. And like these people that, I mean, I guess are fans that talk about Brandon Ayuk like he, isn't all that special. I mean, the guy, I think Jesse said it yesterday. He's the 5th player for us to draft that actually had 2 1,000-year seasons. Like, that's pretty huge in 50, 60 years, 70 years of the Niners' existence. So for them to just think that, we'll just get another player, like Brandon Ayuk was actually iconic for us for a minute. And the fact that he's going through whatever he's going through isn't something to be laughed about. I mean, I hope he ends up, healthy and on the Commanders and continuing to play football or doing whatever he wants to do, but it's not ending up obviously like what we're talking about today.
Yeah. All right, Dave, I got to take some more calls, but thank you very much for calling in, man. It's always good to see you.
All right, G, I'll talk to you later.
All right, take care. All right, we got Jeremy Price. Hey, Jeremy.
What up, dog? Long time no see.
What's going on?
Hey, there's a lot going on, man. Your boy, Brandon, your boy Brandon Ayuk, man. Look, I
What?
know everybody. Look, rest in peace to Mr. Smith. Alden, we all know, hell of a talent, so much potential. Well, we can call a mannequin, We knew it was going to be a problem. That's why everything happened the way it happened. I think where we've gotten in sports, not just only in sports, but also just in the nation altogether, right? With capital, is it's no longer heavy as the head that wears the crown, right? We giving all these guys millions of dollars to do a job and not making sure that these guys are mentally right. It's a lot of investment. You see him fucking. I mean, excuse my language. You see Jamarcus Russell, right? First case, blowing the bag, messing it up. BA, it's just ongoing. It's lingering. And as a hard-nosed 49er fan, look, rest in peace, young dude, 36, he's 3 years younger than us, right? We 88 baby. So rest in peace, man. I mean no harm when I say this. I don't feel bad. I'm disappointed in the organization for not having it much tighter and having a good grip on our players, because we should know, as the fans that sit back and watch and have hope in all this entertainment. This dude's a kid. Talking about Brandon Ayuk, this dude's a kid, and you can
Now,
see
look. Maybe the Niners were doing the right thing. Like maybe they brought him out here. Maybe they put him up at a hotel. Like I have no idea. I don't know how he ended up hanging out with Shirazi. Was he staying with Shirazi or was he staying with the Niners and Shirazi picked him up? I don't know. So maybe the Niners were trying. Maybe this is a guy who I don't know. But it's a good question. This came to my mind too. Like, how is he not being looked after? He had to wait 19 years for pension. Like that's not gonna work. And he was clearly like hopeless. And he did an interview last week. I'm like, man, this guy is going door to door in Texas. Like, someone needs to really look at it. Does he have a place to live? Is he homeless? He seemed like he was essentially homeless at the end of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It don't look good, man. No. Anyways, I just wanted to tap in and say that I ain't seen you in a while. God bless you, dog. You and your pops. My boys won now.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Good to see you, dude.
Bang. I'll be more active this year, but keep doing the work, man. Thank you. We're gonna need it.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Jeremy Price. Okay. Weston, Niners, 1998. Hey, Weston.
Hey, man. I wanted to come on here and say, like, I'll be honest with you. I never really agree with a lot of your takes, but I wanted to come on here and say everybody's allowed to have an opinion. But with the whole Aldon Smith thing, man, like, it tore me apart yesterday. Mainly just because I'm only 28, but I've been watching the Niners since 2005, I would say. And those were their miserable years. But just hearing about Aldon just like kind of really hurt, and just because like I always wanted to see him, come out of his shell, just with everything that he was going through, with not knowing if he was ever going to come out of that darkness, and just hearing that, he passed away yesterday was just deeply sad, and I hope he's at peace. Obviously, I don't want to speculate on, what the cause of death was. It definitely could have possibly been a heart attack, but
Could have been.
yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's definitely depressing. But one thing I did want to say I admired about you is definitely how you handled the situation. I thought it was very admirable, mainly just because it definitely, I've seen online just a lot of people using it for clicks, and those things I don't really appreciate. And I have seen that. I don't know if you have. But I definitely wanted to say, man, like, I definitely have always watched your channel, and I definitely respect the things that you do when you do criticize the Niners, because a lot of people won't do it. And I definitely wanted to come here and say that to you directly.
Well, thanks. It was very delicate last night, like reporting on that, and did the best I could. So
No,
it's
I
hard
definitely
when you
do.
don't know what happened. It's like, well, okay, he has his whole history, but we don't know if that led to his passing. But
Definitely.
yeah, so
Definitely.
yeah. Anyway,
definitely. But definitely keep doing what you're doing, man. Like I said, like with the whole Brandon Ayuk situation, this is kind of my opinion on it. Like, I just wish the Niners would stop being so petty. Like, just literally cut the umbilical cord, man. Like, it obviously is kind of a done situation. Like, I understand the situation with the being petty about like the way that he's kind of done things, but it's like, if he wants to be a commander, just let him go do it, man. Like,
do you really want to mess around with players' mental health? Do you really want to do that? That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah, like
bad things can happen, and you don't need to get, like, you already got the money back. You already got the guarantees back. You already won, man. Like, how much more punishment do you need to inflict?
Well, it's just a terrible
former
look for
player who was important. Like, say what you want about Brandon Ayuk now. Like, he was really important to the Niners. He was big in playoff games for them. Just like Aldon Smith was. Like, honor your past.
Yeah, no kidding. And I definitely seen, like, I don't know, like, there's someone that made a post that talked about like his relationship with Kyle Shanahan, and I definitely think that at the end, when they were trying to sign him to the contract, Kyle, essentially panicked and said, please just sign. That's based off what I got out of the situation. And, ultimately they posted that report after the fact and said, well, the deal's been here since this date, so-and-so and so-and-so. And it was just, it's one of those situations where maybe Brandon, I saw that and says, okay, bet, like, you guys are pretty much shitting on me for not signing it, so the only thing with Brandon Ayuk, I just wish that they would just release him. They already have Mike Evans, just move on. And who knows what he's gonna do? Who knows if he's completely healthy with that knee? No one knows. He literally hasn't went on an interview with anybody. When his contract, he was interviewing with everybody, like doing podcasts here, there, wherever. And now he is just doing like weird like hinting at what he's trying to say with not directly saying it, and that's one of the things that was always really confusing about me. But with the Niners, like I said, I just hope they kind of just come to a situation where they're just like, okay, this is a bad look for us, we're being petty, and we need to move on. But I think they're going to hold on to him until September, to be honest with you. That's my take. But like I said, man, keep doing what you're doing, and always definitely check on what you're doing, because I definitely do think that you put out good content. And I gotta say, man, every time you do a press conference with Kyle Shanahan, I always make sure I watch. So
Thanks, Weston. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in, man. Good stuff. All right. Oh, there. What's up, DJ? How you doing?
What's going on, Grant? You doing good, man?
Doing okay. How are you?
I'm good, man. I just really quickly, I just have to I'll just share, I guess, my memories with Aldon Smith. I was born in 2000, so I was only like 11, 12, 13 for the Harbaugh years. And the whole thing with Aldon Smith is the only memories that I really had of him was, of course, what you said earlier with him running off the bench, or no, running to the bench after that sack. And for some reason, I always felt like he was so good against the Cardinals. I don't know why that memory came to me, but I feel like any time that we played against the Cardinals, Aldon Smith was going to have a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
Am I sounding okay?
You sound good, yeah.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
That's for some reason that's what I remembered was just him against the Cardinals and then him running off to the bench that one play. I think it was against the Rams.
Yeah, he had 4 sacks in his career against the Cardinals. 7
Okay,
games.
so never mind then.
6.5 sacks against the Bears, 5.5 in one game. No, the Cardinals, yeah, he had 7 sacks in 9 games against Seattle. He whooped everyone. 6 sacks in 6 games against the Rams. Hell of a player.
So it was everyone. It must have been like one game that I watched then against the Cardinals. That must have been it. And then real quick, just for Brandon Ayuk, I just want to say this real quick. It's just I know I already forgot the previous guy's name, but he was talking about how they should just release him. I don't think that that's going to end up happening for a while. I think that they see this as like a risk reward certain thing where it's like they don't want to get caught up with the what if he does good if he goes to Washington. So they're willing to risk him staying on and being a distraction, which is something that they've said that they don't want to happen. But
yo, if you're worried he's going to go play well with Washington, why don't you just take him out to Chuck E. Cheese, get him some pizza, work it out? Because he might play well for you then. Like, I don't understand, man.
But that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
And that's the bad thing about this is he's just going to stay on. I don't know how he's going to stay on for, but it's just going to keep on going into the season. He's going to keep posting stuff, and it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. Because
how do you interpret the video from 45 minutes ago?
Oh, I thought that was just him. I thought what you said about him celebrating something was funny. I think he's just trolling at this point. I think he's just doing
don't
whatever.
Forget about me. Don't forget about
I think he likes reading the comments and hearing what people have to say about the whole thing.
Fair enough. And he does something that's completely, you could read into it like anyway. Like, I don't know what's the song? What are the lyrics? What does his dance mean? Like nothing.
And that's what everyone's doing right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's posting videos about it. I see David Lombardi like posting about it on Twitter and stuff, going crazy.
Yeah. Well, this shows that the Niners have all the leverage. Yep. Thanks a lot, DJ. Great stuff, man.
It's fun to watch, though. Appreciate you, Grant. You have a good one, my man.
You too, man. Armani, what's going on?
What's going on, Grant?
Hey, man. What's on your mind?
My bad. I look like I'm hella tired. Had a long night. But, man, it's crazy. Like, everything's just been crazy this past, 48 hours because, me, my little brother, and my cousins, we had just saw Aldon Smith at Raising Cane's right after our workouts because my little brother, he goes to Washington State. He plays receiver. And he came down here because, they're out and stuff like that. And I play quarterback. And then my other little cousin goes to El Cerrito High School. And a few of his teammates, my cousins, So I want to say this is Thursday. Yeah, I want to say Thursday or Friday. We're working out. And then there's a Raising Cane's right by the middle school we were working out. And then we went in there. And my little brother was like, hey, ain't that the guy who played for the Niners? And I'm looking, I'm like, nah, because don't get me wrong, Aldon Smith just looks like any regular black dude that's tall. So I'm like, nah, that's not him. But then he got closer and I'm like, oh shit, that is, oh, sorry, my bad. I'm like, wait, I'm like, yo, that is Aldon Smith. What the hell? He was with 2 other dudes. And I was like, I'm not gonna go bother somebody while they're eating. That's rude. So I was kind of just sitting there, but then I was kind of waiting for them to finish so I could go ask because I never got to meet him. Even growing up, going to Niners games, we was never able to sit down in a bowl or all the football camps that he was going to. My mom, we couldn't afford to go to it. So I was like, fuck, this is my chance. I'm finna go. And then we got to meet him, take a picture with him. And that was Thursday or Friday. So then yesterday when the news broke, I'm like, what the hell? And then my brother called me. He was like, isn't that who we just met? I was like, yeah. And I'm like, bro, life is fucking crazy, bro. I just want all this stuff.
Did he seem all right? Did he seem tired? What did he seem like?
I don't know, just seemed like a regular.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he looked tired or nothing. He just looked like he just walked into Cane's. I don't know.
Damn.
He didn't seem tired or nothing like that. A just tall ass dude walked into Raising Cane's.
Minding his own business. Was he by himself?
Nah, he was with 2 other guys.
Who were they?
I honestly don't know. It was this other, I don't know the race of the guy, so I'm not gonna even put that on him, but it was this other guy and then this other black guy.
Okay.
But it was chill. It's just crazy because I'm like, bro.
It's crazy to meet someone a day before they pass away, man.
That's what I'm
That's
saying. That's why it's
scary.
like,
You took a
yeah,
picture with him.
exactly. That's why I'm like, bro,
Damn.
that shit's crazy. It's blowing me right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh, Marty, thanks for calling in, man. Have a good
Yeah,
day. That's
you as
traumatic.
well.
Have a good one. Yeah. Take care. All right. BLB, you're up.
Hey Grant, how's it going?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I just wanted to call in. I see you made some comments the other day, yesterday about the thing, and I thought I did. I'm thankful that you apologized because it was a bit insensitive where you said he kind of brought it on himself. I think a lot of people that watch the NFL don't realize that these players are humans, right? And they're not perfect. We see them as superstars. We see them as these iconic figures, and we don't understand that they have mental illnesses. They deal with family pressures more than the average person does. And I thank you for the apology to the people, but there's a lot of people out there that think because Aldon was doing what he was doing that he brought it on himself. And sometimes people don't have control of those things, like those mental illnesses. And I'm glad you said that. It's sad, it's tragic. Like you said, we did see it coming. We seen it. We're seeing it now with Brandon. And I want people to stop giving Brandon a pass because the NFL's a business. Just like a regular job in an office, you can't have no-show days because you'll get fired. I got fired on 3 no-show days. I was fired, no words exchanged. Hey, bring me the laptop back and we're done. Brandon owns an 49ers property. He has playbooks. He has all this stuff. They need to get that from him. They need to talk to him before they go to the next steps. If he's not engaging with the team, I would hold him hostage as well. He needs to talk to them. I don't know. I've never heard a case in NFL history where a player had no communications with the front office before being moved to a different team, unless a trade. Now, Brandon needs to talk to these people. John Lynch invested money into him. I need to know what happened. What's going on? Where do you want to go? The Washington thing is a rumor. Nobody really knows for sure if Washington really has interest or Brandon really wants to go there because of Jaden. But they need to start having these discussions. If Brandon is not there, then what can you do? He needs to show up. We need to stop coddling this kid. He had millions of dollars. You pay me $1 million and I'll be there every day on time and do whatever they tell me to do. But he's getting what? He had $47 million and he's upset for what? I don't understand. Your numbers are not Justin Jefferson's.
That's where I disagree with you.
I don't
agree with how he's going about things, but I think he absolutely has a reason to be upset.
Why do you think he's upset?
Because I don't think the Niners have treated him well.
What? How do they? Okay.
I mean,
what do they have to treat him as?
They publicly embarrassed him after he signed the extension, saying that it was on the table for a month and that really the only one that wanted to extend him with Kyle Shanahan. I mean, they would never say something like that about Nick Bosa or Trent Williams. That's private stuff. And again, if you felt like that needed to be public because you don't like him or you have an issue with him, then trade him. The whole thing of like signing him, but like doing so while holding your nose and making that public was disrespectful. And I think it's fair to be upset about that. Now, is he handling this well? Absolutely not. And I think he's going to regret it one day. But I think he absolutely has a reason to be upset.
Well, wasn't it, if I remember correctly, it was Brandon that was making things public first before then giving a narrative of things that was going on his Instagram. Remember, he was making posts.
In June, the front office leaked that they offered him $26 million. He didn't leak that. I think they were going back and forth, man. I think they both have egg on their faces here. And I know the Niners want to make it seem like it's all Brandon, but I don't think that's correct. I think the Niners definitely stoop to his level, and this is very much an eye for an eye situation. And my thing is, I think they got their eye back. I think they got their pound of flesh. I think enough's enough. But maybe I'm wrong. It's like you said, hey, fire him. Fire him. He deserves to get fired. This is not firing. This is different. This is you can't be employed by anyone else. We're going to ruin your career. That's what it looks like. And I think that's unbecoming of the 49ers.
There's also an element where, okay, Brandon wants out, but you're not going to strong arm an organization to get out of anywhere. There's a procedure. And so if they cave into this, then it sets a precedent for anybody coming
He needs
after
to
that.
show up. He needs to talk. He needs to act like a grown up. It's the most
Yeah.
important thing of his career has got to do. I'm with you on that. And these,
Yeah.
the penguin dance on Instagram is not going to get it done. It's not.
No.
It's not.
And like I said in the beginning, we as fans, we hold these players and think that these players are the best of the best and great humans. These are kids. Some of these guys come from communities where they never grow up. Brandon's showing he's not mature. He wouldn't handle this.
He's a young 28. Yeah.
Stephen Smith, what is it, senior now? Is it senior?
Mm-hmm.
Stephen, he would not handle negotiations like this. Even though on the field he was kind of a little bit immature in some of the things he did.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Debo wouldn't have handled negotiations like this. Debo would have been talked to Kyle and John. Debo had a ton of business sense that Brandon doesn't seem to have.
No. Well, I wish the guys the best, man. Thank you. Rest in peace, Aldon. Go Niners, man. I know you're a fan. Man.
I'm gonna be out in Boston soon. I'm gonna see you out there, man.
Come on. Come hang out with the East Coast Niners, man. See you.
I will, man. Later. All right, BA's advocate. You got to respond to that.
Hey. First and foremost, since you said that, okay.
I trust you're not driving, right?
No.
All right, we good.
Got my
cool.
yeah. All right, so check me out. As far as responding to that, since I'm BA's advocate, get him not a handler, but what can I say, like not a role model, but an intercessor. All this talk about, I hate the finger point of this shit. I don't like it. Like, okay, we get it, bro. Brandon messed up or he has some mental health issues. Can we get somebody that can speak for him so we can move this process along? Because I'm tired of the BA saga, bro.
Yeah, where's the agent, man? Where's the agent, dude? Like, you could say something. They're paying you enough money.
Bruh.
You got like 20% or whatever it is. I'm just saying.
It's like, it's almost to the point where it's like they kind of want this because this is like, all publicity is good publicity type situation. Our name is still getting brought up in the algorithm. So let's let it keep running. Let Brandon keep doing what he's doing on Instagram, getting his likes and his follows. Niners are still in the conversation as far as you got all these, I call them bigots. I don't care. These bigots throwing the spear at Brandon. Oh man, Niners are so right and Brandon is so wrong. And it's like, bro, hell no. Grant, you just said it yourself, bro. He has a reason to be upset. And I don't know how everybody keep looking over this part. Like, did you guys forget what happened after the Super Bowl?
The guy was going on and on about how Brandon's not helping himself. I'm like, yeah, that's true. But he's like, I just don't understand why he's mad. I'd play for $1 million. Wait a second. No one wants you to play football professionally. Don't empathize. Don't put yourself in Brandon Ayuk's shoes.
Thank you.
He's in the upper 1% of NFL players. And if Trent Williams was treated like this, he wouldn't like it. If Nick Bosa was treated like this, he wouldn't like it. I mean, like, Ayuk has a gripe.
And while you say that, when those people are upset, what happens? Here goes another extension. Here goes
oh my God.
Veteran day off. Here goes some, you know what I mean? Here, whatever you want here. But with Brandon, it's tisk, doghouse, no, whatever. And it's like, after a while it's like, man, I'm okay, you paid me, but I'm not your bitch boy just because you paid me to do a job. I want to do my job.
He's Harry Potter. You know what I mean? And they're the Dursleys. Like, he's like the ugly stepchild of the Niners. You know what I mean? Man, he was like sleeping under the stairs.
Yes, bro. And it's like, yeah, you paid me, but what did you pay me for, man? Like, I'm not your whipping boy. I'm not none of that. Like, I'm a man. I want respect. I want to be respected in this league.
Yeah.
And then I have to say this too about Brock. It's like Brock ain't got his back, and that's fucked up because he had your back.
He did.
Like, goddamn. So, it's a lot going on in that situation where it's like Brandon has a right to feel how he feels. And I'm pretty sure that locker room, y'all forget that you got Big MAGA in there. Ain't no telling how that shit's going on in there, bro. Like, he had a fight with Fred. You got Big MAGA. You got shit jumping off. He probably is hella irritated with that team because nobody has his back. When he had to rehab, they made him rehab by himself in Santa Clara. Everybody else gets to go to their own private, whatever, and do their thing. And then, John, you lied, talking about, yeah, I talked to Brandon, and he's recovering just fine. They talked to Brandon. Yeah, I ain't talked to nobody. I've been in Santa Clara for like 3 or 4 months by myself. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. So there's that. But forget all that, man. Rest in peace to Aldon Smith, bruh. The greatest defensive end slash linebacker that I've seen, only because he was a natural talent, bro. I'm from San Jose. I was in the streets. Grant, I don't know if you remember, I used to call in from prison some time ago. That's how we kind of first got on this, right? So let me tell you, bro, Aldon was street adjacent, bro, and it's crazy to me. Like sometimes I call my folks, what's going on? Boy, you never know. You'll never guess who came over here. Who? Aldon Smith. You was lying. What'd he do? Bought some peas. You was lying. You was lying. And it used to fuck me up because then I go and I watch him on Sunday, and he's getting 5 or 6 sacks, and then come back and then shoot dice with thugs. Like that was Aldon Smith, and that's crazy to me because it's like the league knows that, just like the Raiders knew that about Jamarcus Russell. Y'all know that these dudes be at some
Jamarcus Russell lived down
high
the street
risk
from my
places.
dad.
Bruh,
Jamarcus Russell lived down the street from my dad, and like, yeah.
I don't want to put his business out there because he's still alive, and I don't, whatever.
Yeah.
But come on, man.
But like,
and
the
y'all
guy who
notice,
delivered
y'all
mail
know
around
these
our
things
neighborhood
about
was
this.
putting his business out there. Like everyone knew about Jamarcus back in 07 because the mailman
Come
was
on,
like, "You're
man.
not gonna
He's
believe
notorious,
it. You're
bro.
not gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe this." It's like he's right. He's down the street. Anyway, he had good taste though. Oakland Hills had a nice spot. I'm just saying.
Yep.
He was pimping.
So
Party.
look,
Anyway,
my thing is this though: the league has intel, and you guys know these things about these people. Why don't you guys put handlers on them and say, "Hey, look, not like put a buffer on them, like keep them." Because mental health is real, bro, and it's like he struggled with that, and they knew that.
yeah, we're gonna get
I'm
you a
talking
handler,
about,
a therapist,
bro, this was 2000.
yeah, a driver.
Thank you. Yeah.
A handler, a therapist, a
Because he
driver.
was a
You are
generational
never
talent.
touching a steering wheel.
Man, that,
Yeah.
bro, I'm talking about, man, my cousin was telling me, they said all they used to be talking about, man, I ain't lifting no damn weights. He's talking about, he was missing some team meetings, bro. Like, he was foolish. I didn't know him like that. My cousin knew him. My cousin had a relationship with a lot of them.
I'm not lifting weights.
And how I know is because yeah, like some days he'll like that weight training days, like out there. He would say like I gotta be at practice right now lifting weights, but I ain't tripping, man. You know what I mean? I ain't tripping. I'm about to miss it today. And it was, I don't know if you know about this story, but I think he went to jail for this when he put out that AR-15 on the Northaniels.
I remember that
At a house party, like Aldon was come on, man. And it's like, for him to be that great, I would have grabbed him and slapped him like, bro, no, sit your ass down, bro. You about to break the record for the most sacks ever. You're about to get us a ring. You're about to do a lot of things for us, bro. We don't need you over there doing that. I hate how, like, they let these players kind of just go off in a tangent, let them kind of fuck off a little bit, and then you come back to point fingers and chastise, and it's like, nah, man, if you've seen it, and if you know better, help them do better. Like,
yeah.
If you're investing into your brand, man, then
thanks for telling me those stories. Yeah, I gotta take some
more
calls,
so,
man,
bro.
Good to see you, man.
Aldon he was a boy, man. Rest in peace to that man.
Yeah. All right. Ash, you're up.
Hey, so first I just wanted to say it's very sad what happened to Aldon. I mean, I'm only 27. I remember watching him growing up, and I remember watching him in his first 2 years, and I honestly thought if he could get rid of the off-field issues, I thought he could be one of the best at his positions all time. Like, I mean, I just remember watching him and being in disbelief of how good he was. And what's even crazier to think about is at 36, I mean, if he could have dealt with his demons and off-field issues, he genuinely could still to this day be in the league. I mean, look at Calais Campbell. He played.
Trent's still in the league, yeah.
Yeah, Elvis Dumerville, you know, like all these guys, they played into the mid to late 30s, you know, and so what's crazy to think about is he genuinely could have been on one of, if not multiple of the Niners Super Bowl teams that we had, you know, after the Harbaugh years. And so that would have changed the whole story. And I just feel so bad for Aldon and his family, and just I wish there would have been someone who reached out and helped him, you know.
Yeah, it's just rough to hear that account from his friend talking about how he seemed fine. Man, he clearly wasn't. It's too bad that people couldn't have noticed that earlier. He was with the Niners a few days ago. Anyway, maybe it wasn't preventable. Ash, thanks for calling in.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Legendary Answers is next. How you doing? Thanks for pulling over.
What up, Grant?
How
Can you
you
hear me?
doing? I
Can you
can.
hear me?
I
Okay.
certainly can. Can you hear me? All right.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Rest in peace to Aldon Smith, man. He's literally was one of my favorite Niners, honestly, of all time, man. Like if you look at the way he played and everything, yeah, we knew he had these off field issues and everything, right? And I don't know if that rumor that happened, and I don't know if you could even talk about that with him and Cap and that chick. I don't know if that was true or not, you know what I mean? But if it was, that was probably pretty devastating and embarrassing too, you know. But in saying that though, bro, we have to take mental health seriously, and we can't just think that because, these players are making millions and millions of dollars that, that prevents that. I mean, as long as we're human, we can go through mental health issues, no matter what amount of money that you have. We see it all the time. Chester Bennington was one of my favorite artists and from Lincoln Park. And same thing happened to him, and his family was saying the same thing. Like, well, he was so happy, and if you've seen like all of his last pictures, it showed the same thing. Like he was happy, and but he really wasn't. He was going through a depression, and ultimately, it led to his death. So we can't take this stuff lightly. And even if you hear his songs, I don't know if you're a Lincoln Park fan, you know what I'm saying, like, but he definitely talked about it in his lyrics and different things that he was going through in his life. So that's one. BA looks like he's trending down that same path if he doesn't get it together. And I think what the guy was talking about, the one before the last person, he just needs better representation, and sometimes when you have like your friends that are around you, right, they aren't really the best for you. You need people that's going to tell you the truth and say, hey man, do some damage control, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's what's wrong with the BA situation that's going on around. I seen the Tom Cruise video that he did earlier today, and it was just ridiculous, man. Like kind of overkill. I don't know. Nobody is going to
Like
forget
dancing in
about.
his underwear? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like
Yeah.
that was just like I don't understand. Like, plus, I thought that was a little insensitive to the fact that our Niner
All this
Empire
stuff.
family. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what I mean. Like we're mourning Aldon Smith right now. So it's like, bro, please, not the antics today, right? Like,
Yeah.
this really hit home. This hurt, I'm 45. So, like I said, I've been a Niner fan since I was 6 years old, bro. And that really, really hurt to see like our players like that. You see a lot of former Niner players that came out and talked about them, talked good things about them. And I just wish that we could have ultimately helped,
Yeah. I mean, because it seemed like the narrative around Alden the last couple of years was like, he's kind of gotten his life back together. Like, sure, he's been arrested 10 times and he's been in and out of prison, but he's shown up to the Niners and telling rookies about his life, and he's got some perspective. It's like, man, that just sounds like in retrospect, it was a fairy tale. And I don't think people were really like honest about where he was at. Unless I'm wrong. I mean, maybe he's had a random heart attack and died, but this feels like the culmination of a tragic life.
Yeah, and I will say this, because if you look it up, like when you get some time, like you can do so, or you probably know yourself. You from the town, so you know what's going on. Even when you stop doing drugs, and it's like you can recover, you can still die of a heart attack because it's still in your heart, it's still in your system.
Put so
And
much stress on your heart when you were younger.
yeah, like so it doesn't. Just because you stop doing the drugs, it doesn't make the damage go away. I lost a friend like that who truly did recover, right? In fact, he had became a minister in the church and everything. And, he got married. He was doing everything the right way. He had started coaching football. He was doing everything the right way. And you could tell, like, he was clean. He was truly clean. And one day he woke up, went to go grab some water. His wife found him in the kitchen floor, just like that.
How old is he?
He was 33.
That's awful.
Yeah, so we lost him.
Yeah,
so it's crazy, man, and I don't understand it, and it kind of hit home for me. I do appreciate, I want to give you your flowers because, you talked about, I watch all your stuff, so you talked about your issues and everything, especially like when your mom passed, God rest her soul, I lost my father. And man, I went through so much, man. I did not want to be here anymore. Anything, man. We all go through this. You know, we all go through these mental health issues. And until you lose a parent, you know, that's like your whole world shatters. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like you feel like that you'll never recover. You're never the same person. A piece of you has died and it's never coming back. So
That's exactly
I
how
tell
I
people,
feel.
you know, I tell people that they ask me, how does it feel to lose a parent? I said, it feels like you have a broken heart, but then, you know, and you have a hole in it, but the pieces around your heart heal, but the hole is still visible. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. Like you have to live with that hole in your heart for the rest of your life. It never comes back. You know, so I say I've been dealing with that. You know, I mean, of course, I got help. I have a therapist that I've been going to for the last like 2 or 3 years because you know, yeah, man, and that
Makes a big
helps.
difference. Yeah,
Yeah, it definitely helps, man. You know, and like I said, I recommend for everyone, don't be embarrassed to go see a therapist. Anybody in the chat, don't be embarrassed. Even therapists have therapists, and they'll tell you that too. You know,
I mean, people invest in, you know, college, you know, they invest in themselves. I feel like after college, people stop investing in themselves, if you know what I mean. Like getting a good therapist that you trust, that you could talk to, is the best investment you can make in yourself post college, or maybe even if you're younger than that. But like, if you have something to talk about it. Go. Yeah.
Before I think people before they start their lives, they should actually, you know, have a therapist and see the trajectory of their life and see where it's going. And last point though, man, like I said, I want to give you a flowers, man, because you always talk about how Kyle Shanahan has a tree. You have a tree as well, man. You know what I mean? And your tree is awesome, man. And they always talk good things about you, from the coach, the Jesse, everybody, man. And I love your tree. I love the work that you're doing, man. Continue to give us the real, continue to give us the truth, man. Because no matter what, I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I've never been one of those Niner fans that say, oh, well, just because it's the Niners, you know what I mean, right? I'm going to just agree with it. We have somebody like that already. And you probably know who I'm talking about. That's on Instagram. And I hate when he does that. Like, bro, it's okay to say that Kyle Shanahan did something wrong, that Jay York did something wrong, that, you know what I mean, John did something wrong. Like, that's why I have to come over here, because I want to hear the truth. I want to hear it straight out. Whether you a Niner fan or not, because we all know you're a Niner fan, man. Like it's all good. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, you tell what the team really needs to do, and it's the truth. It's always the truth. And then when it comes and it plays out, it's like, I told you that's what we needed to do. You know what I mean? And you always come out right. Always come out on top, bro. So I appreciate you, man. I don't want to take up a lot of your time, but please keep doing what you're doing, Grant. We all love you and appreciate you, brother.
Thank you so much, man. That was legendary. Have a good one, man. Take care.
You too, man.
You guys are really bringing it today, man, which is wonderful, because this is a tribute episode to Aldon Smith, who had a really tragic life. And yesterday was just, I still don't understand what happened. Anyway, we got TN 49er BC and Gabriel Medina. TN 49er, it's been a minute. Good to see you.
Been a minute, GC. Been a minute. I hate we have to reunite under this circumstance, because that dude was a awesome player. It cannot be stressed how great he was. The fact that with his first season, they only had him on passing downs, and he had 14 sacks. And my question is, where was Dr. Harry Edwards in this situation? Because I know I remember he was a team psychiatrist, and they used to pair him with a lot of people who were issues, we shall say. And was Aldon receptive to him? Do you remember anything from that time frame as far as like him being around?
Aldon was particularly receptive to anyone. I mean, maybe Dr. Harry Edwards tried to step in. I mean, I'm sure Jim Harbaugh had tried to have interventions. It sounded like for Aldon, one, he had so much success right away. You know, doing, you know, not really being a true pro, just being great. And maybe he felt like, you know, man, I don't have to change my lifestyle, or I can actually like lean into a bad lifestyle and I can still have success, because he was probably tearing it up in the NFL, you know, not sleeping the night before. Who knows how he could produce like that. And he thought he could do it forever. I don't know.
It was God-given talent, just the way he did everything. I remember it was a show when they were showing the rookies that were coming up, and Warren Sapp was showing them pass rush moves. He's like, whoever get this dude, this Hall of Famer. I don't know how. I don't think you guys realize how good this guy is. I can't remember who else was Marcel Darius in that draft. It was somebody else. It was like the 4 top pass rushers, and he just kept talking. Just this Aldon Smith guy is going to be awesome. And I just hate the fact that this happened to him. But as much as people gave you crap about what you said, it's the reality of the situation. When you heard that no part of us, if we're just being real with ourselves, we take our emotions away from it. We saw the pattern. We saw what we hoped it wouldn't lead to, but it was too many signs, too many things. So my other question would be, where was his support system as far as his family, his friends? Where are those people at? People were so
That's
quick to
my
put it on
question.
the
Like when this article came out today, and it's all the firsthand account of his friend. I'm like, wait. Like, who are you? You're a 48-year-old guy who's friends with players from the Niners from 10 to 15 years ago. Okay, that I'd like to know a little more. That's it. That's all. That was his support system out here. I'd love to know more.
Yeah, I'm not even just that, his family, bro. What were they at? Where? Because yeah, the team holds some culpability if they've seen him recently, but the culpability really always starts with your household, because that's where you get your foundation, that's where you get your base, that's who makes you who you are, that's who shapes those experiences. And even back then, if I remember correctly, during his draft profile, one of his biggest knocks was dude has everything, but he is very immature. He may be a bit of a problem child. And sure enough, it bared itself out. So you have to ask yourself, you go from the middle of Missouri, because I think he was also born in Mississippi. So he's a Mississippi kid. I've been to Columbia, Missouri before. It's nothing there. So you're that big, you're that famous, you have nothing but time on your hands, and an idle mind's the devil's playground, as they say. So of course you're gonna get in trouble. You big time football. People are telling you you're gonna be the one of the top draft picks. So now you go from that, doing whatever you want, to okay, cool, I'm gonna go to the league. Oh hell, even with this bad record or this bad rap I got, they're gonna draft me in the top 10. And what do? Probably the worst thing that could have happened. I hate to say it. You have all the success while having the same terrible behavior patterns, and on top of that, hey, here's a couple of $1 million. Have fun,
More than
kid.
a couple.
Yes, quite a few. And I
Yeah.
mean, if we want to be honest, that team that he had around him, it wasn't a bunch of Saints on that team. Probably the
No.
most responsible, player on the team that you can really go back and think about. Maybe Patrick Willis,
Staley,
Frank
Yeah.
Gore seemed like
Alex Smith. Yeah.
Alex. Yeah, but
But
you
not
at that
Justin
time.
Smith.
No, but and then at that time you had the changing of the guard with Alex, because everything was going from, hey, we gotta ramp it up, and then you get Cap. And what happens to Cap? Cap goes from okay, we may have something here to, oh, this dude's the future of the league. This is what every quarterback is gonna be. And now you got those two bumping heads, regardless if people want to remember that or not, but we all remember something happened with them. And that's what led to his departure. And it was a downward spiral ever since then. And the league, I agree with you, at a situation, if you played, I would say 5 to 7 years, you should have the ability to access any type of pension benefits, so you don't have to wait till you're almost 60 if you can make it to it. But if we want to say the quiet part out loud, do they really want you to do it? Because
I mean, I would just hope that the NFL and teams like the Niners would want this to never happen again.
absolutely.
And again, like it didn't really come out of the blue, unfortunately.
No.
And I'm not saying that the Niners and the NFL could have prevented this, but you would have liked to feel like they were doing everything in their power to prevent this.
Yes, especially to someone who is so vaunted and who has a history of those things, and you know that this person could potentially struggle with these things and being put in these particular environments. I'm very surprised they don't have some type of NFL like halfway house or some type of program with players who are not in their 50s or their 40s, people who washed out the league. That's some type of organization they need to get together, because they can't keep treating these guys like commodities and goods and services, and then surprise when these things happen to them.
Yeah.
And
Aldon Smith
because
isn't just a reflection on Aldon Smith, it's also a reflection on the league.
absolutely. At every turn, they're gonna, when you're at the high, you're the most valuable thing on the team. But once you bottom out, once you prove no monetary value, and this goes for any team, you see how they treat you. You have some people who will take care of you. You have your your Jerry Joneses. But even with Jerry Jones, the people he takes care of are the people who did the most for him. You'll never hear anything bad about Michael Irvin. And even if you do, who's the first person to run to him? Jerry Jones. We got Michael, Emmett, Troy. With us, most of the guys that we put on that pedestal were all American guys. You're never gonna
Patrick
hear
Willis
anything
works for the
crazy.
organization. Frank Gore works for the organization. And look, maybe the Niners were working with Aldon Smith. Maybe he wasn't fit
That
to
could be
have a
true.
job, but they brought him in once a year to talk. Maybe they gave him lodging. Maybe they have him a place to stay. I don't know. But I'd love to know if the NFL could have done something more.
Yeah, man. And that's what pains me about it. When you see, it's like watching a person who's drunk get in a car and you're like, give me the keys. And no, I'm fine. No, give me the keys. Someone has to physically restrain them and say, no, you can't go anywhere. So
Yeah.
this could have been preventable, and I hate it. But don't beat yourself up for saying what a lot of true Niners fans and just people who are humans can see and saw. It's like, I hate that happened. I really, really hate that happened. And the last thing, and I get out your hair because I'm probably talk too much. With the BA situation, man, both parties are culpable. Ain't no bad guy in the situation. Both are bad guys. And to give you your flowers as usual, there's a certain guy who's wearing a Prize Picks hat that told them what to do to avoid this situation. And no one, as usual, yes, you literally said it. So for everyone who's complaining about, well, BA's treatment, I want you to go back and look at all the people that they compare him to as far as the superstars. Bosa, I'm not a fan of his politics, but at the end of the day, first team All-Pro, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Fred Warner, 4 All-Pros. Freaking Trent Williams, 4 All-Pros. George Kittle, say what you want. I think 3 to 4 All-Pros. So you have those guys to compete with. Yes, you have 1 All-Pro. Good. It was a second team All-Pro. You were not the focal point of the offense, but even in spite of that, they paid you. Yes, all of the contract negotiations have been contentious. You knew you were going in there to deal with vipers. They're going to say some bad stuff. At the end of the day, it is about who can save the most money to build the team around. You signed the contract. You won. Yeah, they said some terrible stuff. You did some terrible stuff. Move on, bro. Yes, Trent Williams has 2 lockers. Guess what? 4-time All-Pro, Hall of Famer. Yes, this person has. Yes, Nick Bosa does this. Not Hall of Famer, but Defensive Player of the Year. That cachet you could have continued to earn had you just been what you are. But that's also on Kyle for fostering that environment and not taking control of it and putting him in the doghouse for whatever reason. I still would like to know what that was about. But when you and Coach were talking, Coach brought up some points that I didn't realize that he had kind of bounced from school to school. So again, another situation where you have a reputation that precedes you. You got drafted off Herm Edwards. Did you know who Brandon Knight was before we drafted him? I don't recall him being someone listed as a first round pick. And then there you go. We get him. You say he's out there kicking everyone's butt in practice. And you say, oh, okay. And now we're starting to see, as you saw and as you predicted, this is why they were reluctant to pay him. And if you were reluctant to give him that money, you should have just traded him.
Don't give it to him.
No.
Yeah.
Now you have this. Bruh, it's always an honor and a privilege. You are the best content creator in sports. Bar none, YouTube. I'm serious.
Thank you, man.
You have spawned a network of people. You have a fan base and a following that you have enlarged, and you even help the team regardless if they like it or not. Because you are the dude that puts pressure on them and makes them do stuff. They'll never acknowledge how great you are until one of them leaves or retires. You and Kyle are gonna have the best interview you've ever had.
One day.
Yeah, seriously. When you sit down and he retires, when you're close to like 50 and Kyle's like almost 55, or however old Kyle is now, you guys are gonna have a conversation. He's gonna be like, man, look, I'm be honest with you. I watched your stuff every day. And you know what used to piss me off? You made it seem like I didn't know how to play football. I coach football, but you also complimented me at how great I was. I didn't know what to do with that. Do I get mad at the guy for telling me how good I am, but then also get mad at him for pointing out I made the dumbest play call in that situation ever? So yeah, man, as good as always. Keep going. Hopefully we have a great season. And by the way, I also didn't get a chance to holler at you. I predicted our record exactly. I went back and looked at it. It was 12-5.
What's it going to be this year? Before you go,
Uh, I hadn't really looked at the schedule. I have to sit down. I will comfortably tell you I can see us maybe 10-7.
that's what I said. TN Niner, thank you
10
very
and
much.
always, brother. Much
All
love.
right, man. Take care. All right, we got BC, and then we got Gabriel Medina, and then we're out of here. BC, good to see you.
Hey, Grant. Thank you. How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm all right. Been waiting a little bit. And always enjoy coming on.
Thanks for waiting.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Aldon Smith. I think he had a great career with the 49ers. It was sad when he left. I think the Kaepernick situation, rumor or not, that probably really affected him. Friends shouldn't date, you know, other friends as women. You know that should be an issue. If mental health is an issue and universal health care should be addressed by the NFL, show that should be something also addressed. Don't date another player's girlfriend, or owner's girlfriend, right, or wife, right. I think that's happened as well. But I think Aldon Smith has a lot to credit Justin Smith for. The Cowboy, when he came on, he was an awesome player in Cincinnati. But when he got on the 49ers and Aldon Smith was there, they seemed to be like the Bash brothers, and if a lot of people know the Bay Area, so they should know what the Bash brothers were. And anytime we get something like that, it becomes a cliche, the Smith brothers, and everybody loved that. It really did. We all know, mental health is really an issue. Him going down and yelling he has a bomb in the airport wasn't a good look. But like you said, if he's coming around the 49ers after that and he's, making speeches to the team and stuff, they at some point believed he was okay or getting better, or maybe they were reaching out to him and helping him out at that moment. So I credit the 49ers for that because they still kept him apart. And he's still around the Bay Area. So, he definitely was doing what he wanted. We don't know how he died, and that's really
We don't.
sad. That's really
No.
sad. I'm 40, and he's 36. So yeah, he could have been still playing for the team or in the league, but he's not, and that's because of decisions we make. And sometimes getting mad at a job because like somebody was dating your girlfriend, or maybe somebody got a shift hours better than you did, or got a promotion, and you just abruptly quit sometimes isn't the best thing. And, feelings do get in people's ways. And it is funny that a lot of people came on and there was talking about politics. You know, the 49ers are in a blue state, but their locker room is red. Love it or not, like it or not, hate it, whatever you want to say, but that is the truth. I don't have to root for you because of your politics. I just want you to win the Super Bowl for the 49ers. At the end of the day, I don't really care. So this is my transition to BA. It doesn't hurt the 49ers to keep BA on the team. It hurts them to let him go. And because his feelings got hurt in the Super Bowl because he didn't get the end zone throw, the walk-off TD, or he got targeted so many times and didn't produce, that's not my fault. I'm never going to be as good as he is. But when you're in the NFL and you don't show up to practice, or you don't go to your job and you don't show up because your feelings got in the way, maybe you should sit down. Maybe you should think about going to a different job. And if he's not on the team for this year, he wasn't last year, and he's going to be, we hold his rights. It doesn't hurt us at all to keep him on the team. He's got to get to a point where his mental health is great. And by him saying that he wants to go to another team and beat us with a belt, I don't think that's something that the Niners want to do. And with the ownership controlling his contract, why would you let him go? You don't have to pay for him. You don't have to pay anything. You can just let him tweet out on X or whatever, on Instagram, and it'll be funny. And again, today he disrespects who? He disrespects somebody that maybe he didn't intend to, but because someone passed away and he's gonna do, it's just silly. So you're not a team member. You're about yourself. And at this point, you don't care where you're at. So why would another team want you? Why would the Commanders want you, or the Patriots, or anybody? Why would another owner want you? So if you are held out of the league for a year or two, that doesn't hurt anybody. And maybe you come back. Maybe you're healed up better. But it is really sad what happened to him. His knee got cut up 3 different ways, and nobody wanted to see that happen. But it's not ha-ha on us. It's not ha-ha on him. It's mental health is really, really an issue. So maybe the league should look at some kind of universal health care for players after they stop playing. I don't think they're going to do it. We heard Jeff York talk about the substation and not want to admit to having anything to do with that, because think about all the people that would have to he'd have to pay legally later on in the future. Oh, you got cancer because you were by the substation, or that's not going to happen. Any job that you have, it's a risk. You're getting paid and you do your job and you hope everything that happens. But to be a football player and to be gifted, an opportunity to play, like you said, 1% of everybody, you might get to play for average of 5 years and you made $50 million. Who's going to be mad about that? If you don't invest your money well afterwards, that's on who? That's on you. It's not on the league. It's not on the owners. It's on you. So rest in peace to Aldon Smith, because I do believe he was still an active member in the Bay Area. But I really think Aldon Smith and Colin Kaepernick that tore everything up.
You guys still here? Yo, that was the weirdest shit that's ever happened. What the hell was that? I feel like StreamYard just. Anyway, I'm really sorry that happened. Can you guys still see me? What's up? Damn, dude. I was trying to do some prize picks. Should we do some prize picks? Is it too late to do prize picks? Trying to do some prize picks. That was bizarre. Let me see if I can do the prize picks. Let me see. Share the screen. Prize the picks. Yeah, there we go. My lineups. Have I won recently? No. Past. No. Who is this? Who is this? Probably Tyler, huh? He always gets everything wrong. Anyway, am I back? I'm back. I don't know what happened. That's the strangest thing. I'm blaming StreamYard for that one. It wasn't me. Am I still live streaming? Seems like it. All right. Let's make some prize picks for today. Let's do should we do I could do the World Cup where I could get everything wrong, or I could do the Giants. I'm gonna do the Giants. Okay. Logan Webb, 5.5 Ks. He's been dealing. I'm gonna say more. Maybe they can trade him. And then hitters, strikeouts. Where's my guy? You strike out every day. Thank you very much. You didn't strike out yesterday. You're definitely striking out 3 times today. Thank you very much. What? Hitter Ks? Yeah. Hitter Ks? Yeah. Hitter Ks? Yeah. Hits. No, I need someone from the other team, though. What about Bregman? No, man, you're too good. What about who's going to strike out on this team? Ian Happ? Michael Conforto? Yeah, Michael Conforto striking out today. And who's getting a hit? Jung Hoo? Oh, nope. Luis. Yeah, you. Luis, that's my lineup. Boom, check it out. Logan Webb, Rafi Devers, Willie Adames. They're in my lineup every day for the wrong reasons. Michael Conforto and Luis Arise. Let's put 45 on it. And boom, let's submit it. Go to app.prizepicks.com or download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code HMA. Play $5. Get 50 instantly in lineups and use that promo code. I've never had my StreamYard thing freeze midstream. That was terrifying. Bryant Culp could have just talked the whole time and just taken over my channel forever and held it hostage, but he didn't. And I appreciate that. It's really scary. Hope that never happens again. But you guys stuck with me. I still got 1,000 people here watching. Gabriel Medina. Let's get Gabriel on the show because he was supposed to be the last one anyway, and he waited so long. Gabriel, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Did you like that 3-minute section of just nothing? No music? No, that was hella good, right?
I love that. I thought it was me. First off, Grant, big fan always. You know what you're doing. You and Coach need to do more segments because that last episode you and Coach had, legendary. Legendary.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Second one, rest in peace to Aldon Smith. He's 36. I'm 34, so he's only 2 orders than me. I'm going to say this. A lot of people might not agree. He was better than Nick Bosa. Okay. I'll put that out there. Better technique, better everything. Second of all, with the whole BA thing, honestly, he's the one that went to go tell Kyle, I want to sign. Bro, you chose to sign. All right. Both parties are wrong. Both parties need to just let it go. Because we're going to go to 6 wins this year if this continues. 6 wins. Let's be honest. We're old. We're fatigued. Our best players are fullback.
He's pretty good.
I know, man. Hall of Famer. But honestly, I want to give a shout out to Legendary. The guy had 2 before segments because he's right about one thing, straight up about his whole thing. What he was talking about was correct. See a therapist. I'm in therapy. Therapy's 100% correct. So shout out to him. He was speaking the truth.
It's good to have someone to talk to who actually is trained and isn't your friend. Because sometimes you'll go to someone in your life, like a friend or a brother or a mom or a dad, and their heart's in the right place, but they can't really tell you the truth. And also they're not experts on this kind of stuff. You kind of put them in a tough position. It's really good to also have a therapist.
You don't need a yes man. You need somebody that's going to call you on your BS, and you need somebody who's going to tell you, figure it out. For me, it took me 3 therapies to find the right one. 3.
Yep. You got to shop around.
For them to tell
You got to find someone
what
that
do you
that you trust to help you confront your issues.
exactly
Not just talk about them, but confront
Grant,
them. Yeah.
I have a question for you, man. Honestly,
Sure.
what is your best interview you've ever had with a non-49er player that wasn't a Hall of Famer, that wasn't that big guy?
Non-49er player? Man, I haven't interviewed a non-49er player in a long time. But when I was younger, I used to cover baseball, and I did a story one time on the bats that baseball players use, like, because I used to play baseball, and I know baseball players have like a romantic relationship with their bats. They don't just pick any bat. Like, they have special bats that they like, and each one has their own special bat. So I got to go around and interview a bunch of baseball players about their bats. Andres Torres from back in the day, the center fielder from the Giants, Mark Teixeira, Jason Giambi, Troy Tulowitzki. It was really interesting, and everyone had a different bat that they liked, and for different reasons. Like, I interviewed the Giants equipment manager, and he was explaining that Barry Bonds had these special like Z bats that he wouldn't let anyone else use on the team. Like, he was very protective of them. It was interesting. Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah, right?
Man, honestly, it's a privilege to get to watch you do your thing and grow, because honestly, you tell the truth. You don't BS us. You don't BS the team. And now, I do believe you're a little bit biased. You're a little bit biased. You want to see you want to see the Flames go throw up sometimes. Like, let me see if the team light it on fire for me.
Hey, man. Thanks for calling in, Gabriel. I appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
All right. Thanks again. Thanks for sticking with me. That was a 3-minute dead period. Don't know what. That was not my fault. I'm definitely blaming Bryant Culp for that. It was his fault. He was making too many good points, and I just froze. Never happened to me before. Hope it doesn't happen again. Once again, thanks for tuning in today. If you just tuned in now, there was about a 20-minute section at the beginning where I caught you up on the details of the case with Aldon Smith and discussed Brandon Ayuk's latest post on social media. Mark Lamar writes, could y'all stop assuming the cause of death for this man? Have some respect. Y'all blaming the organization. Y'all ain't been concerned for Aldon. Shut up. All right, Mark, feel you. I don't think anyone knows or assumes what happened with Aldon. From the article in the Chronicle, the person who was there, who found Aldon's body, speculated that he died of natural causes and had a heart attack. So that's one man's speculation. I don't know what happened. And just because he said that doesn't mean that I would speculate that. And I think we have been concerned for Aldon. I don't know. Maybe you can't speak for everyone here. Maybe some people haven't been. I think a lot of people have been. And I don't think anyone's blaming the organization. I think people were talking about the league in general. You have a pension system for people who are 55 and older. What about the players like Aldon, who are clearly troubled and have a long way to go to get to the pension? I mean, doesn't the NFL want to look after these players too? I would imagine they would. So appreciate you, Mark. Thanks for writing in. Thanks everyone for watching. I gotta go now. The show is over. All the best. Take care.